think I got him.
Okay, so here I am fairly early in the morning on Dollars Lake, and I'm going to start my first morning of trolling. I'm just going to use a jointed Rapala, this guy right here, which I've had success, lots of success before, and it's actually older than I am, this particular lure. So there's a bay on the far east end of Dollars Lake, and I'm just going to kind of troll around it right at the very, very end of the lake, and we'll see what happens. There's a lot of largemouth in here, some smallmouth, and quite a few kind of hammer handle size pike with larger ones around, but I don't know if I'll tie into one today, but we'll see. All right, let's see what happens in the next 45 minutes or so. Wow, you're just a little guy. Yeah, that one's got the stripe like a largemouth. A little bit more than the others, but still, to me, it looks like a hybrid. But anyway, just another really tiny largemouth, and I'm just casting a pink worm, weedless, along the shore for now, because I found that trolling was giving me a couple of pike in the weedy areas, and then rock bass, and I was trying to get a big largemouth, and this seems to be the way to do it on this lake. And but I think it's a little bit later in the morning now, so it might not happen today or this morning, and then we'll go out later tonight. We'll see what happens. What little fish do we have here? Oh wow. Not particularly worthy of showing you. Wow, rock bass. Decent size, but still just a rock bass. Well, we'll keep trying. It's 8:30, and I've got a couple of strikes, a couple of significant ones, but they didn't stay on. They got caught up. There's a lot of weeds. I'm in a place called Stumpy Bay right now, and so kind of gives you a clue of how the underwater environment that I'm dealing with. We've got something. A little smallmouth. Can't get him. Not really the way I usually grab smallmouth, but so it's not bad. It's 11 inches or so, something like that. And for this guy, if I can get him unhooked, well, you can see I was using a soft worm, so I wasn't trolling for this one. I was casting later on in the morning. It's like after 9 o'clock. And boy, this guy's really hooked. There we go. So not bad. It wasn't some of the monster largemouth that are in here, but we'll let him go to grow bigger for another day. We got something else. All right, I think it's kind of the same thing. Yes, it is. It's another, they look like hybrid of smallmouth and largemouth. on Dollars Lake. Sometimes you can't tell that dark stripe isn't very evident, and the mouth is not massively huge. It's kind of right in between a largemouth and a smallmouth. So maybe that's what's going on. Very unusual. We'll let this little guy go. He's about 10 inches long. Yep, 10-ish. Okay, I'm gonna try to fight this guy. Uh-oh, I think he's tangled up. Whoa. Get out of there, buddy. Get out of the... Well, I got a decent sized bass here. Well, there's my first weedy bass. That's about 15, 16 inches, something like that. And so we might bring this one home for the family. This one was caught on a floating Rapala. Can't really see it in the midst of all this moss. Another bruiser is on the line. Whether I can get him in or not is another story. Oh, he's pulling me. Oh, great. In the weeds. He is a large bass who's got me tangled in the weeds. Who knows if I'll even have him. Oh, still got him. Oh my. Come on, brother. Come on up. Oh yeah, that's a decent one. Maybe a little tiny bit smaller than the other one, but really. Let me see where you're... No. Ah. There he is. He's about a foot, maybe 13 inches long. There we go. Hey. That was caught on a pink worm. Okay, so this time I was trolling the Rapala and something slammed into it in really shallow water. And looks like another one of the largemouth. Indeed it is, but it's just sort of a medium-sized. There we go. So again with the... There's the Rapala. So we'll let this guy go. He's tangled up my line a bit into his mouth somehow. Don't know how. That takes talent. And there we go. So this guy's only about 10 inches long or so. Happy swimming, buddy. All right, and this is another minute later, so I think I've just got a little guy here. That's what he is. So again, trolling the Rapala. There, you can take a look at him here. And so I guess they're getting smaller and smaller as the day goes on. It's almost 11 o'clock in the morning, so my day for fishing is just about done. Oh, I had something pretty sizable, and just as I hit record, it gave way. I'm not really sure how, because there are treble hooks on this guy. Nevertheless, somehow, 2 treble hooks on a Rapala were able to lose what felt like a very substantial fish. Oh well, let's keep going. No crying over spilt milk. So I can't prove this to you, but I'm not lying. See this right here? I don't know if you can see that. That's the end of the line. I was just fishing now near a dock and a parking lot, and I just saw a big flash of silvery green whip across just under the water, grab my jig, and I happen to know there are a lot of pike here, so I can't prove it to you. No, I can't, but I didn't break that myself, and there was no resistance because I didn't have a leader. Wasn't expecting to catch pike. I just know that they're here. So anyway, just lost one there. So I know it's not very spectacular. I'm not pulling out a big, huge pike, but hey, it's real, and it's here on Dollars Lake in central Ontario. All right, another little guy. Seems to be the order of the day is these kind of guys. So this is, okay, take it easy, So this is a small largemouth. You can see the markings down the side. This lake is kind of strange because sometimes there looks like hybrids between smallmouth and largemouth. But anyway, this looks like a nice little largemouth, but it's only about 8 inches long or so. So we'll put him back to fight another day. Whoa. Uh-oh, he's getting really tangled up. Oh no, I see him, but he's... And I'm tangled up, kind of, and I can't even get to him. Oh, now he's pulling. Oh boy. Oh, there you are, buddy. There you are. Also on a Rapala, floating Rapala. And so this guy's about a foot and a bit long, probably about 15 inches long. Right, let's see what we got here. All right, guys, just a little bit of a tip that might be helpful for you guys. I just caught 3 bass in the course of 5 minutes that are like 15 to 18 inches long, largemouth. And the curious thing is that for 2 of those 3, I got a strike on my rubber worm, and it just didn't, they didn't take, it's harder to get hooked on it because it's only 1 hook and it's kind of hidden in the body a little bit to make it weedless. And so I followed up those 2 with a floating Rapala with 2 exposed treble hooks. And of course, it was a lot easier to hook the fish. And so that's how I actually caught them on the Rapala. But I've never actually been successful when I've gotten a strike on a particular lure and then I change up a lure to try to entice the fish again to bite. I don't think I've ever been successful. At least I don't remember. So anyway, it might be a little bit of a tip that might help you guys when you're casting for largemouth along the shoreline. See if I can get him in. Okay, he wants to play. right, it's a little hammer handle. It's about a 20-inch long northern pike. Yeah, it's always a challenge sometimes getting the hook out. This guy's, he's got it down quite a ways, but it is only one hook. So I've got the hook out, but he's got the worm in his mouth and he's swallowing it. Come on out. There we go. All right, we'll let this guy go and have fun fishing for whatever he's after. All right, so another pro tip. I'm not a pro, but you know what I'm saying. Another quick tip is that when you're kayak fishing, you can take advantage of the wind and just kind of ignore your pedal or paddle drive for a while, depending on where you are. Yesterday I was fishing in this area and I didn't want to paddle around because my propeller was getting caught in all these weeds in a shallow, weedy bay. And so today what's happening is the wind is really picked up and it's a significant breeze and it's pushing me into the bay. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with the wind. I was just doing that and I caught like a 16-inch, could have been about 15-inch, somewhere in that range, a largemouth. And I'm gonna go with the wind this time because it'll take me through all the weeds, and then when I get to the end of the bay, I'll just use my paddle, like my hand-operated paddle, to get me out of it, and then head on home. So we'll see what success I have. So guys, what you're looking at is the far, far, far end of Stumpy Bay in Dollars Lake. And there, it looks like the bay ends and nobody comes in here with a boat because it's just a little stream, kind of like you see on canoe trips, you know, a little stream that, not a stream, but a passageway that connects one lake to the next. And it looks like it's made for a canoe to get through here. It's not, but it looks like it is, and I'm following it. Not doing any fishing right now. This is just kind of an exploratory outing. And wow, there's like no one around because nobody can get back here other than with a canoe or a kayak, and most people on this lake don't have that. So it is just incredibly gorgeous and peaceful here. And aside from a horsefly that just came to bother me now, there's really not much going on in the way of insects. So really, really a great place to get away. And honestly, I don't even know where this passageway leads. And I'll follow it for a little while longer, but otherwise I'll just check it out on a map. All right, friends, I have reached the end of my journey here on this small little not river, but passageway on the back of one of these weedy bays on Dollars Lake in central Ontario. Wow, talk about peaceful. Nobody goes here because there's a dead end, and so it's about a half-hour paddle with a kayak that brought me to kind of a dead end. And you might even be able to go further if you pulled your canoe or kayak through it and kept going. But as for me, I am done right now. Guys, I'm heading home in about 2 hours, and I do appreciate you guys checking this out. I know it's supposed to be a kayak fishing video, and it turned out to be a little bit of a expeditionary, adventurous sort of check this little passageway out. But you know what? It's all part of the experience of going up north in central and northern Ontario, and I just encourage you guys to do the same thing. There's so much crown land, so many great places to go. Guys, until the next time I see you, get out there, enjoy God's creation just like this, and keep on looking up. Oh, this is a jumper. I'm out in the middle of the lake. Out in the middle of the lake trolling, not expecting to catch anything. And here I've got a bass. I don't know what it is. It's flipping up in the air, which is not, wow, it's fighting like a smallmouth. And it's jumping like a smallmouth. And so I'm wondering if it's a smallmouth. I want to know. I can't see it. Oh, come on. What is that? It is a smallmouth. There's no smallmouth in here, hardly. Here, see if you can see it underwater. Right, friends, so this is the first smallmouth that I've caught on this lake. I could tell it was a smallmouth because it was leaping out of the water. Largemouth never do that, at least not in my watch. And it's got different coloring. And yeah, wow. I was shocked, but I could tell by the fight and the leaping, just the dynamics of it. So anyways, you guys that have been fishing for a while, you'll know the difference as well. So anyway, that's a bit of a surprise, but I caught it right out in the middle of the lake with a floating Rapala that didn't go down very deep. Very, very cool.